Silence is golden, and it's a powerful way to mirror people's unhealed traumas back to them. It confuses people who think they can manipulate you and irritates those who can't predict your next move or access your energy. Welcome back to SuesSpace, and thank you so much for clicking on this video. I am so grateful for your support. Thank you for all your comments. I do read them. Thank you for your emails, your donations. Thank you for being here. And in this one, I'm going to be talking about the power of silence and why it's so important not to react. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. I used to talk so much in school. I used to interrupt people or finish their sentence. I talked without thinking. I talked more than I did my homework. It was definitely learned behavior. I saw my mother as bold, confident, talkative. She could be loud and aggressive at times, but I know it sounds crazy, but I was young-minded, and I thought by following in her footsteps that I would get her attention. Me talking so much and disrupting the classroom did get her attention, but it also got me in trouble. Every parents-teachers meeting, it was given, she would excel if she would stop talking in class. And on every report card, it was written, talks too much in class. I talked more than I learned, and it took me many conflicts and repeated lessons to learn that it was much more effective to remain silent, to keep my mouth shut, to learn how to manage my emotions and responses towards myself and to others than it was to react. It's been a long journey, but fast forward 30 plus years, I've learned to stay observant and watch how people move. I've learned the power of not reacting to pettiness. I've learned the art of detaching when disrespected. I've learned that we all fall to temptation and bite the apple, but I've also learned when to spit it out. And here are the 7 times that you should remain silent. Don't react and hold your tongue. Young people, remain silent and don't react to someone who wants to argue. You don't have to win every argument. Just know that the only control that you have in every situation is how you react to it. I was taught the opposite, to always win an argument, to argue you down to the ground, to always have my side of the story heard, to always get my point across, always have an answer, a rebuttal, to always seek closure in everything and anything. At one point, I was someone who was very reactive. My family, my friends, and the people around me knew exactly what to do or what to say to push my buttons. It felt like I had 3 strikes against me because I was someone who was naive, with a big heart and a big mouth. I had no clue that there were energies out there that wanted to project their misery onto me, who were determined to get a reaction out of me. I fell for the okie doke, but once I became aware, it was game over. Young people, you won't always be right and you won't always have the answers, and don't compromise when you know something's not right, but don't argue. There's always someone you can learn from, always someone who knows something that you don't. And the sooner you change your ego-driven way of thinking, the sooner you'll become self-aware, the sooner your growth can begin. Arguing is exhausting, and some people want to argue with you because they're emotionally unbalanced or immature, and some people want to argue with you to get a reaction out of you. So when someone wants to argue with you, choose to be the bigger person and walk away with your pride, your peace, and your sanity. Don't match their energy. Remain silent and don't react. If they're angry, you remain calm and be the master of your own energy. It's one way to develop confidence. Your silence speaks volumes to someone who believes they can manipulate you. It's a powerful weapon to master. Staying silent and not reacting when you have every right to throw them hands and flick all the way off shows poise, character, and self-control in you being able to manage your emotions. You not allowing anyone to manipulate your energy, you remaining calm, humble, and unbothered will become one of your greatest strengths in life. Silence defeats your enemy's plan to affect your emotions. Remaining silent catches them off guard, and when they can't control your emotions or get a reaction out of you, it exposes their intentions. Oh, yes, it will. There's so much power and self-respect with maintaining your emotional energy, because when you allow someone to get up in here with their word manipulation, and it can happen to anyone, the strength that it takes to get back up can feel unbearable. Emotional abuse is the worst, so create strong boundaries, don't match their energy, and make your silence loud and clear. Remain silent and do not share every detail of your life. Everyone does not need to know everything that you're doing or where you're going. Some things should be left unsaid. Be mindful with what you share, because unfortunately you will always have a happiness hater who does not want to see you win. And while you're telling them your dreams and your goals, thinking they have your back and that they're happy for you, they're secretly trying to block you from achieving them. There will always be people in your life who don't want you to attract good things, who don't want you to have more than they have or more than they gave. So remember, loose lips sink ships. Keep your ideas and successes quiet until it's a done deal, until it's written in stone. I've had a lot of dreams and ideas blocked because I told the wrong person. Move in silence, but just know when people don't have the facts about you, when they don't know what you're doing or where you're going, or if they do know that you're about to succeed in something big, they're going to make up stuff. Young people, keep going, but stop sharing every little detail of your life with people you really don't trust. Remain silent and don't react. Every battle is not worth fighting, and silence is more powerful than proving a point. I've been underestimated most of my adult life, and it's mainly because I know more than I say. And it's led to the people who have tried to manipulate and betray me to dig in their own graves and exposing themselves. If you know what you're about to say is going to escalate a situation, learn to remain quiet and walk away, because your silence speaks volumes to someone who's expected a reaction from you and you don't give them one. Your silence and lack of reaction confuses people who feed off of conflict and drama. How do you think energy vampires gain their strength? By draining and stealing your energy through manipulation, deception, and petty arguments that leave you feeling stressed. You may be too young to know about Popeye. Not Popeye's chicken, Popeye the sailor, Popeye the cartoon. He was only strong, he only grew muscles when he ate spinach. And that's how energy vampires feel. They feel strong when they can control your emotions, when they can easily trigger a reaction out of you. They feed off of your emotions. Young people, remain silent and choose not to react to everything. Choose wisdom and maturity over conflict every time. Remain silent, don't react, and learn to peep the game. Now, I'm not saying you won't ever be fooled. I'm saying learn how not to be easily fooled. Learn how to see people for who they truly are and not who you want them to be. You becoming emotionally intelligent will offend some people who can't run game on you, because you'll see right through the mask. You won't be blinded by the truth of who they truly are. There's nothing wrong with being assertive and speaking your mind when someone comes for you. It's just important to know when you should. Observing actions and knowing when to be quiet and when to speak up and when to speak out is a superpower. When you move in silence, you send a powerful message that you know your strength, that you can't be easily provoked, and you carry a sense of self-worth that can't be messed with. Knowing how or when to react shows emotional maturity. It shows that you're not easily triggered by others' actions or opinions, because we all know someone who thrives off of drama and clout they get by aggravating a response. And let me just add this in for free, because it's something that I've lived by. Don't fight or compete for a place in anyone's life, because if they're not choosing you, then why are you choosing them? Young people, you are worth so much. Why would you ever want to be anyone's plan B? And I don't know where that came from, but I just felt like someone needed to hear that today. Remain silent and don't react to protect your peace. Maintaining your peace is not you choosing the easy way out. Choosing silence is a powerful way to avoid unnecessary drama, confrontations, distractions, and energies that are trying to project their issues and insecurities onto you. Young people, you remaining silent and not engaging in the petty, pointless arguments, you walking away from the BS, the breadcrumbs, manipulation, and everything that no longer serves your highest good, forces them to deal with their own insecurities and drama. Choosing silence over conflict will bring so much peace to your life. Plus, who has the time to argue or go back and forth with someone because they're upset that you chose yourself over their toxicity and disrespect? Where they do that at? Bare minimum season is cancelled, and so should anyone from your past or your present who has betrayed you. There's no giving second, third, or fourth chances to anyone who screwed you over. there's going to be people that won't like that you choose silence over their disrespect, that you've chosen to walk away without saying a word. Everyone does not deserve an explanation as to why you walked away from their nonsense. And disagree with me if you want to, but some people deserve to be ghosted. They know what they did, they know what they're still doing, and they know who they chose to do it with. And they're only mad that you walked away, saw them for who they truly are, and didn't accept their dysfunctional, unhealthy ways because you know your worth. I'm loving this unbothered season that I'm in because peace of mind is priceless. Silence is not a way to deal with conflict in healthy relationships, but in certain situations, healthy silence shows that you have the ability to manage your emotions. In the past, I would go silent to avoid conflict, but now if I go silent, it means you've wronged me in some way, and I'm not being silent to avoid the conflict. I'm being silent because you've crossed a boundary that you already knew about. Loyalty and respect means everything to me, and people tend to act clueless when it comes to apologizing or taking accountability for how they lied or hurt you. As I've come a long way from running my mouth to remaining silent to avoid conflict to recognizing that not everything and everyone deserves a response. I grew by observing, becoming aware, moving in silence, and not being so bothered by the things that in the past would get under my skin and disrupt my day. I no longer entertain conflict energy like they can take that over there. Young people learn to fool the fool who thinks they're fooling you. Learn the power of remaining silent and not reacting. Choosing to remain silent is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength when it's coming from an authentic place. Don't stop having deep conversations. Speak out when you see someone being mistreated, and speak up when feelings need to be expressed. Find your balance in remaining silent and learn to use your discretion and your discernment on when to speak, when not to, when to stand up, and when to sit down. Silence is not an excuse not to stand up for yourself, and it should not be used to punish or control. And young people suffering in silence will not help you in the long run. Speak up and communicate when you need to. Just choose your battles and choose them wisely. Because when you feed into the things that feed into you, it will help you to become more disciplined into what you react and respond to. If you struggle with lashing out and speaking out and then regretting the words that you've said afterwards, let me know in the comments, and let me know if this video was helpful. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button before you head out if you haven't already. What are you waiting for? Thank you for watching. Stay safe and true to yourself. Until the next one.